1857. It was the first time when Indians start a revolution against the British Empire. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Myself Durgesh Shivajayere. Today I am present in front of you to express my view regarding 1857, the revolt of 1857. So this is the image of India in the 1857. As you can see that the whole India was covered by the territory of Indians. And after that, you can see that this was the region of the Britishers. This is the only three region was under the British Empire or the British Army. So this was the region where the Britisher used to rule and exploit the resources. As you can see that all the resources are under the northern plain. As we all know that we all study that the northern plains are the well fertile and rich in minerals as well as rich in resources as well as the rich in the population. And you can see that all the region was surrounded by the Indian territory, and the territory was not under the British Empire. It was under the princely states of India. And after that, you can see that this was the main military camps of the British Army: Meerut, Bareilly, Lucknow, and Kanpur. This was the main military camp under the British Army, which was used as the main continent or the subset of the British Army. From this continent, they used to supply all the goods and all the resources which were produced there in the sector. And this was a region where the Britisher has established their structure of the communication as well as the structure of their transformation, their exploitation, and as well as the expansion of their colonialism. And after that, you can see that this was Bahadur Shah Zafar. He was the first freedom fighter to originate the revolt of 1857. He was the last Mughal empire of the Indians, but unfortunately the revolt was failed, and after that he was martyred in the Rangoon. He was yet hanged in the Rangoon, but we all know that he was a great freedom fighter because he stand in the front of all the Britisher. He was the first man to stand and take role of the commanding of the revolt, under which all the revolutionary Jhansi Ki Rani, Mangal Pandey, and all the revolutionary which had sacrificed their blood, they were. But we all know that this revolution was done due to the Enfield rifle. But the main reason was not Enfield rifle. The main reason was that Britisher was exploiting us very much. There was no food for eating. There was no shelter for living. There was no proper resources which were given by the Britisher. Till 1858, the rule was under by the East India Company, and after 1858, the rule was came under the British Army, or we can say that the British colonialism has been started. As you can see that he was the main leader to make India as the revolutionary. After that, these are the main region: Lucknow, Jhansi, Bareilly, and Kanpur. This was the region captured by the princely state after the revolt, because this region was the main for their structure of their communication and all that things. But the revolutionary which were playing in the revolt, they were not having the proper communication, they were not having the proper food facilities, they were not having the proper shelter facilities, because the people who were supporting the revolutionaries, they were getting trouble by the Britisher, because the enemy has been won. So that's why they were not giving their proper, they were not able to help them revolutionaries. But after that, the revolt when started, when the revolutionary went to Delhi, and after that the whole clashes was happening there in the Lal. You know that Lal Killa is famous for many historical things. And when the fighting was going on, but on that time the revolutionary which has been captured this area, they left the area for the in the hand of civilian. But we know that the civilian are not very well specified or well trained to conquer the British army. British army was the proper trained army and the proper soldier, but the civilian was not. So this was the main first reason for losing the first revolt of 1857. After that, we can see that all the states which were not participating in the revolt, in the you can see that in the south of the India, Hyderabad Nizam were there. They were not giving any role in the revolutionary, because they were having that they should act like a buffer state between the South India as well as the North India. If the South India would be also interrupt in the revolt, then definitely 101% sure that India would get independence in 1857. But due to some lack of the communication skill between the communication between the revolutionary, this they were not able to get the revolt in proper hand. This was the second reason. After that, you can see that this is the image that all the states of the India has been showed, that around which was the main territory of whose. You can see that this all the yellow color region has been of the Indian political Hindu states, and this all the pink area is of the British Empire, and the green area are, you are able to see that are the under the Nizam. And we know that the on that time the main communication system was introduced by the Britisher. It was very highly efficient on that time. That was known as telegraph. It was introduced by the Britisher only. So this also helped them for the communication. When the revolt was going in this area, all the communication was the pass to the next area, that they should get trained, because if they would be not able to conquer the revolutionary, then the revolutionary will be definitely going to this side. So they should get trained for the extra furniture of the company. After that, we can see that these are the images of the war which was take place in the Delhi, and we all know that all the people who were inverting in India, they were having that we should capture Delhi. Delhi was the main center of the India. It was the capital of India. It means that Delhi was having all the powers regarding the politicals, all the military, all the economical power. The person who captures Delhi, it automatically shows that he is capturing the whole India. But Britisher has been such a peaceful time in the starting days. But after that, their colonization in India, they started to conquer all the states of India. But the people which were living in the area, they were not willing to give their land to the Britisher. So Britisher was definitely, they were exploiting our resource. But what would be the main reason? That because they would be not able to, they were not able to get the food, they were not able to get the proper shelter. They were just doing a labor work. So this was the main reason that India was revolting against the Britisher. After that, you can see that this is the image of the Hindu soldiers against the Muslim. So the British also started the divide and rule policy. They divide all the groups of the community. The Hindu was separated and the British was separated. Before 1857, there was one enemy and one group. But after the revolt or in the revolt, they started to divide the people on the basis of their caste. If the caste will be different, the people will be starting to fighting with each other. But Britishers started the thing that they should not get dispatched with us. They should get dispatched with their own religion. So this was a main or the sub point of the Indian people, that they were not able to get united and they were not able to get the proper enemy. After that, you can see that this is the image of the British army fighting with the Indian troops, or we can say that they're fighting with the revolutionaries. As you can see that British army is having lots of efficient uh, weapons, but Indian revolutionary was not having such a kind of equipment, because they were not able to get the equipment, because the person who will help the people, they will be definitely gone in the British jail. So British custody. So after that, they were not able to get the proper resource, and this was the fourth reason that we were not able to get freedom in 1857. So we can think that if we would be getting proper resource, we would be getting proper communication skills, we would be proper getting proper support of each and every state, we would able to conquer the British whole empire, because there was just a population of 40,000 British army, and there was against 2 lakh Indian freedom fighter, or you can say that Indian revolutionaries. So can just still imagine that the ratio is more than 50 or more than 60-70%. So if there would be the proper information that okay, we have having a common enemy, but there was not a common enemy. This was the main thing that we were not able to get. If India would be get independence in 1857, then till 1947, there is a time span of 90 years. Within the 90 years, there would be some great change in India. We can think that there would be a great change. After 1947 till 2023, there we can see that India is growing the touch of the high. But due to the British colonialism, India was not able to get the proper name in worldwide. Before 1608, when the British have started to invade in India, India was known for their all the rich culture, all the rich resource, and all the rich people. But after 1608 to 1947, in this the around 200 year time span, India was not able to get the proper stand in the world because the British was exploiting us for the resource, for the technology, or for the labor. So this was the main reason that the Britishers came to India for exploitation. They just came here for just the black paper. The black paper which is used for the home. They were just came for the taking the spices from India, but they were getting proper supports of Indian only. Without the support of Indian, they were not able to get the proper shelter, or they would be not able to get the proper shelter in Surat when they came in India in 1608. If the Indian would be not supporting them, they would be definitely not able to get the proper things. So they would be not starting to colonize India. But after 1858, when East India Company was de-established and British started to conquer the India, from that time span to the 1947, there was a huge change in the economical and in the population, or you can say that all the things were changed. They were against the all the people which were, if the people is going in the front of them, they would be shouting all they should be not doing the all the things that they want. They were treating us like a small people. They should think that British are the first stand, and after that Indian are the second stand, because this was the country of ours. We should have the first stand. They are coming here for their resources and for their trade. But this was not the thing which they used to think. They used to think that these are the small people. This should become strong, small. And we all know that Britishers did all the things they did for their profit or their loss. But the revolutionaries which has uh, give their life for us today, because the lots of blood they have drained out. That's why we are standing here. That's why we are speaking here with the whole confidence. We are not under of anyone. We are under of the politics which has the whole worldwide famous for their proper working structure. And we all know that if there would be some sort of colonization till now, India would be not able to get the this kind of Lawrence, or this kind of proper steady and in the world. We all are able to see that America was also under the British Empire, but America has popped up in the very good way that they had maintain their self that to get the proper resource and to treat in each and every people which are there. In the 1947, there are around 86% of the Indian population was uneducated. Just there was some sort of people which were educated on that time. But right now we can see that the more than 90% of the people are educated, because this is the proper way of democracy which is working in right now. So we can see that India has been pop up very goodly. If just India would be getting independence in 1857, then if we would be getting independence in 1857, India would be touching the sky very much high. I repeat, India would touch the sky very much high if the India would be getting independence. So this was my speech regarding the 1857. So thank you very much. In the end, I want to say that Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.